So welcome to all to today lecture, a 3 point and a 4 point starter. The name itself it is there, starter, nothing but the operation of this equipment only at the starting of the DC motor. Once the speed of the motor is over, once the speed of motor is pick up, then there is no operation for the starter. There is no need of the starter. There is no need of the starter. Starter in the name itself, it is used to start the DC motor. It is used to start the DC motor. Now the main objective of this topic is students will be able to examine the operation of the 3 point starter whereas the 4 point starter. So why you are going for the 4 point starter means the one disadvantage is there in 3 point starter that will be overcome in case of a 4 point starter. 4 point starter. Now necessity of the starter. See here, already we know the shunt motor. This is the armature. This is the armature. In the armature, the back EMF is there. Now apply the KVL in this loop. If you apply the KVL in this loop, the V input voltage V equal to EB plus IA RA. Now you find the value of IA. IA equal to EB minus V by RA. This one. Now IA equal to V minus EB by RA. EB by RA. Nothing but EB is nothing but a back EMF. Back EMF in a motor, whereas the back EMF is a function of a speed. It is a function of a speed. The speed is lesser, the back EMF will be lesser. The speed is more, the back EMF also will be more, because the back EMF is nothing but a dynamically induced voltage in armature. The dynamically induced voltage in a armature. Dynamically nothing but a speed. It is depending upon the speed only. It is depending upon speed and remaining parameters also there. But the speed is the main quantity. Speed is the main quantity. Here at that, see, at the time of starting, the speed of the motor will become say 0. The speed of the motor becomes a n becomes a 0. Once n is 0, the back EMF becomes a 0. Starting, at the time of starting, because at the time of starting the speed of the motor is 0, the back EMF is 0. For any mission, the armature resistance always less than the 1 ohm. For bad design only the armature resistance is more than the 1 ohm. More than the 1 ohm. If the armature resistance is less than the 1 ohm, the voltage applied to the motor minimum 220 volts. Some lesser voltage also there, but the voltage, whatever the motor if you take in our lab, it is 220 volts. The voltage will be more. Here the meaning is voltage is more, whereas the current will be lesser. The starting armature current will be more. Armature current will be more. Nothing at the time of starting, the current taken by the motor is very, very high. Nothing but 6 to 7 times the full load current. Suppose if you take the full load current of this motor is 20 amperes. Full load current of this motor is 20 amperes. At the time of starting, this motor will take the current of 100 to 5 times 100 to 120 amperes. If this much of current is flowing through the motor will be burns out. The motor will be burns out. So why this motor is taking that much of current means at the time of starting the speed of the motor is 0. The speed of the motor is 0. The back EMF is 0. Back EMF is 0. So we should not apply the voltage directly to the motor at the time of starting. So that's why what we are doing is that at the time of starting we are adding external resistance in series with this resistance. We are adding external resistance in series with this resistance. in series with this resistance, so that Ia becomes a Ia equal to V by RA. RA value increases, whereas Ia value will be decreases. Ia value will be decreases. At the time of starting only, we are adding a huge amount of current, huge amount of resistance into the in series with a armature. So whenever you are adding a huge amount of armature resistance into the armature circuit, the RA value will be increases, the current will be decreases. Now the motor will be slowly runs. Once the motor starts running, then the back EMF will be developed. Once the back EMF is developed, there is opposition for the current. There is opposition for the current. Now the numerator becomes a Ia equal to V minus EB by RA. EB by RA. So once the speed of the motor is increases, the EB value will be increases. As the EB increases, now we are gradually decreasing the armature resistance. Gradually decreasing the armature resistance. That operation is done by the starter. That operation is done by the starter. Starter is nothing but it is a one equipment which is used to start the DC motor. Which is used to start the DC motor. That's why we are going for the starter. Suppose if you are not use any starter for the DC motor, means if you apply directly voltage to the motor, means it takes a huge amount of current, the total winding will be burns out. The total winding will be burns out. The function of a starter is, it is the major function of the starter is, it is adding a external resistance in series with the armature at the time of starting. As the speed is increases, as the speed of the motor is increases, this resistance value will be decreases. This function is done by the starter. This function is done by the starter. See here. EB is a function of a speed. Armature resistance always less than the 1 ohm. At the time of starting, Ia becomes a very high. If you take the V equal to 220 volts, RA equal to 0.1 ohm, then Ia becomes a 2000 ampere. This huge amount of current will be taking. That is depending upon the how much current is taken by the motor at the time of starting, highly depending on the how much voltage we are applying, and as well as that it is also depending upon the what is the internal resistance of the motor. What is the internal resistance of the motor? So definitely we should not start the motor, we should not start the DC motor without using a starter. That's why we are going for the starter. To limit the starting current in a motor, the starter is necessary. To limit the starting current in DC motor, the starter is necessary. There are two types of starters are there. One is 3-point starter, another one is the 4-point starter. First one is the 3-point starter, second one is the 4-point starter. Now first we will see the 3-point starter. In a 3-point starter, see here. If you see practically, the starter is in this manner. It is simply a one box, so you can see only the handle. You can see only the handle only. See above the box, you can find the 3 wires. You can find the 3 wires in this manner. One is line, another one is A, another one is F. That's why 3 terminals are there. You can if you go and purchase any starter for the DC motor, you can see only in this manner only. You can see the handle and 3 terminals, 3 wires outside. See, that's why we are calling as a 3-point starter. 3 points, 3 terminals are there. 3 terminals. So what is the name for this one? LAF. Nothing but a L is nothing but a line, where A is nothing but a armature. Nothing but this wire should be connected to the armature of a DC motor. This should be connected to the field winding of DC motor. That's why we are calling as a 3-point starter. That's why we are calling as a 3-point starter. This is the front view. Inside, suppose if you open this one, the upper cover is there. If you open this one, you can see the in this manner. If you open the upper cover, then we can get the, this is the pictorial representation if you open the top cover of a 3-point starter. See here the different parts are there. This is the real time starter. See, this is the photo what we have taken from our lab only. This is real time. You can see here. Now we are going to compare this diagram and that diagram. This is nothing but a handle. In this diagram, this is nothing but a handle. This is the handle. This is the handle. Now, overload coil. Here, this is the overload coil. This is the overload coil. Studs. These are the studs. Here, these are the studs. Next, no voltage coil. Sometimes we are calling this coil as a holding coil. We will see the operation. There you can understand very clearly. Just you try to identify these two. This is the no voltage coil. See in the diagram, this is the no voltage coil. Between the studs, back side of the, this is the Hyland sheet, back side of the studs are connected to the resistance. These are the resistance that we cannot see in this diagram. We cannot see in this diagram. That is back side. Spring. Here the spring is there. On the handle the spring is there. Here this is the spring. Here the spring is there. See here, this one. The small thing you can see here, spring. Next, soft iron piece. See here, the soft iron piece is nothing but this one is the soft iron piece. What we are going to see in the circuit diagram of a 3-point starter. See, this is the circuit diagram of a 3-point starter. These are the studs. In the circuit diagram, you can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nothing but these are the nothing but studs. These are nothing but studs. Across the studs, the resistance are connected, fixed resistance. In the previous diagram, you have seen the some coil. Those are nothing but resistance. Across the studs, the resistance are connected in this manner. This is the handle. This is the handle. Off position is nothing but there is no electrical connection between the handle to the position 1. Stud 1. There is no electrical connection. That is in off position. That is in a off position. This is the soft iron. This is the no voltage coil or the holding coil. This is the spring. This is the overload magnet or relay. Sometimes you are calling as relay also. This is the lever triangular iron piece. This one I will explain each later. This total thing is operating as a overcurrent protection for the DC motor. This electromagnet, this mechanical setup is protecting the motor from the overcurrents. That we will see later. See here, the three terminals are taken outside. L, A, F, three wires. Across the L, you connect a positive terminal through the DPST switch. This switch is nothing but a DPST, nothing but a double pole single throw switch. Double pole single throw switch. See, the negative terminal is connected to the finishing end of the armature as well as the field. The one terminal of the field winding should be connected to the F. The remaining terminal should be connected to the negative. One terminal armature terminal of motor connected to the A. The remaining terminal should be connected to the negative. The remaining terminal should be connected to the negative. This is the electrical circuit diagram of a 3-point starter. Nothing but between the motor and the supply, this is the motor. This is the motor, DC motor. Between the motor and this supply, we connected this one. This is nothing but 3-point starter. This is nothing but a 3-point starter. So why we are calling 3-point starter means the three terminals, 1, 2, 3. Three terminals are there in 3-point starter. That's why we are calling as a 3-point starter. Now we are going to see the operation. Now we want to start the motor. Now we want to start the motor. First we have to close the switch, DPST switch. Nothing but we are giving a supply to the motor. Now the supply is coming in this manner, L, this magnet to the handle at this position. Now we have to move the handle to the stud 1 here. So whenever you are moving the handle to the stud 1, so try to observe here, the armature. This is the armature terminal. In the armature, the total resistance is added. The total resistance is added. From the stud 1, the one more wire is there, that is going to the holding coil to the field winding in this manner. Nothing but the field winding is connected across the supply. When the handle is on a position 1, when the handle on a position 1, the field winding is directly connected to supply, where the armature is adding the total resistance. Total resistance. Nothing but the 3-point starter is adding a external resistance into the armature circuit at the time of starting. So whenever we are adding external resistance into the armature circuit, the starting current will be decreases, so the motor will be slowly running. Once it starts running, the back EMF is developed in a DC motor. So once the back EMF is developed, nothing but the motor will be running. The motor will be running. Once the speed of the motor is increases, now slowly move this handle to the position 2, 3, 4, 5 and finally at this position. As the speed is increases, finally you have to move this handle to this position. Last position. Here. How much time it will take means it should not take more than the half minute. It should not take more than the half minute or the 1 minute. That's all. Within that time, you can able to move the handle from the stud 1 to the final position, run position, as the speed is increases. That you can able to observe that one, whether motor speed is increasing or not. As the motor speed is increasing, then you have to move the handle from the stud 1 to the and final position here. So once the handle is come to in this position, here the spring is there. The spring will be twisted when the handle is moved. When the handle is moved, nothing but the spring is offering some amount of force on the handle to take back. The spring is applying some amount of force on the handle to take back. When the handle is in a position 6. Now here, one force is acting on the handle in this direction. Nothing but it try to take back at this position. Now we try to observe the circuit in this position. If we observe the circuit at this position, now the field current will be flowing in this manner. where the armature current will be flowing directly in this manner. Nothing but there is no external resistance in the armature circuit when the speed of the motor reaches the maximum value. Nothing but a rated value. Rated value. If you observe the field current, field winding, the field winding is taking a current through the holding current. The field winding is taking a current through the holding coil. Holding coil. So this is nothing but a electromagnet. When the current is flowing through the holding electromagnet, it offers some attractive force on the handle. On the handle, already we kept a soft iron. So this electromagnet is attracting the handle by means of a soft iron against the spring balance. Against the spring balance. That is very, very important here. So why this handle is on the sixth position means, final position means, even though if you remove our hand, the handle will be on the final stud only. Because what is the attractive force coming from the electromagnet, that is more than the spring force. That is more than the spring force. See here, suppose if any fault is occurs in a field winding, if any fault is occurs in a field winding, if any fault is occurs in a field winding, the field current is come to the zero. Field current is come to the zero. If the field current is come to the zero, the current through the field, this magnet also will be the zero. So the attractive force offered by this magnet becomes a zero, but the handle will be operated with a spring balance. So because of the spring tension, the handle will be come to the off position. If any fault is occurs in a field winding, that is necessary for the DC motor. Suppose we started the motor by means of handle. That handle is kept in a run position. The handle is kept in a run position. So by some means, there is some fault is occurs in field winding. The field winding is breaking. Once the field winding is breaking, means what happens? The field current is decreases. The flux will be decreases. The motor will be running very dangerous at high speeds. To avoid that one, whenever the field current is come to the zero, what is the attractive force offered by this magnet also will be the zero, so that because of the spring tension, this handle will be come to the off position. Automatically the motor will be disconnected from the supply. The motor will be disconnected from the supply. Suppose if it is not happen, what happened? If it is not happen, the motor will be runs at a dangerously very high speeds. It will be damage the everyone. It will damage the everyone. That's why this here no voltage coil or holding coil is kept in a 3-point starter. 3-point starter. So why we are keeping this 3-point starter means to protect the machine from if any fault is occurs in a field winding. Moreover, in a running condition, to hold the handle, This resistance, we are keeping the resistance here to connect in series with the armature circuit at the time of starting. In the running condition, the total resistance will be removed from the armature circuit. The total resistance will be removed from the armature circuit. Now come to the function of overload relay or overload protection of a DC motor. Overload, nothing but if the load on a motor is increases, motor has to take the more amount of current. Suppose if we take the rating of motor is 20 amperes. As the mechanical load of the motor is increases, the motor will be taking the more amount of current more than the 20 amperes, that is 32 amperes. Let me take some value. If you allow this much of current through the motor, the motor will be burns out because the motor rated value is 20 amperes. Motor rated value is 20 amperes. How we are going to protect that means, here one more magnet is there, that is nothing but a overload electromagnet. See here, as the load on the motor is increases, the current flowing through this magnet also will be increases. As long as current less than the 20 amperes, there is a field is creating from this magnet which does not move this triangular piece. It does not move the triangular piece. There is some balance is there. The balance between the flux electromagnetic force coming from this magnet as well as the gravitational force on this metal lever. There is some balance is there as long as the current less than the 20 amperes. Current less than the rated value. Here we have taken the rated current as a 20 amperes. As long as the current less than the rated value, there is a balance between the magnetic force coming from this magnet with a gravitational force on this triangular iron piece. It does not move. Suppose if the current is more than the rated value, the force coming from this magnet will be increases. The force coming from this magnet will be increases. It moves the triangular piece upwards. So whenever it moves upwards, there is short circuit across these two terminals. These two terminals are, if you observe these two terminals are connected across the no voltage coil. Nothing but it's simply making a short across the no voltage coil. So whenever these two terminals are short, there is no current is flowing from this coil. There is no magnetism. There is no magnetic force from this electromagnet. So here the spring experiencing a force on the handle continuously. So whenever the force coming from this magnet is 0, then the spring force is dominating this force, so that the handle is come to the off position. In this manner, the motor will be protected from the over currents. So that's why we're calling this magnet as a overload relay or overload protection magnet. But actually, practically, if you see the 3-point starter, for overcurrent protection, they're simply using a fuse. That is very cheap when compared to this total setup. That is very simple when compared to this total setup. Suppose if you use a fuse here, see here. If you use a fuse here, the rating of this fuse is 20 amperes. This is equal to the rating of the motor. Whenever the motor takes the more than the 20 ampere, the fuse will be burns out here. It is open the circuit. Automatically, the handle will be come to the off position because there is no current is flowing through the remaining circuit. The total thing will be disconnected. From this portion, once the fuse is open, the remaining portion will be disconnected. There is no current is flowing through the no load coil. Though because of the spring balance, the handle is come to the back portion. When compared to the setup, simply using a fuse is better. Nowadays, the 3-point starter is equipping with a bimetal or fuse only. There is no over current protection in a 3-point starter. But in case of 3-point starter, only it has a two functions. One is it limits the starting current. Another one is it can also able to protect the machine if any fault is occurs in a field winding. But here, one more disadvantage is there. Now we started the machine by means of 3-point starter. Nothing but the handle in a run position. The handle will be in a run position. The handle will be in a run position. We started the motor. Now we are going to control the speed of a shunt motor. To control the speed of a shunt motor, here we are inserting one external resistance. Nothing but in field winding we are inserting a external resistance because we are going for the field flux control. So whenever we are going to change the or increase the speed of a motor, we are keeping external resistance in the field winding. As the field resistance increases, the current in the circuit will be, field winding will be decreases. This current is coming from this holding coil, nothing but a no voltage coil. This current is coming from the low voltage coil. So when the current is decreases, the attractive force offered by this electromagnet will be decreases against the, will be low when against the spring force. Automatically the handle will come to the off position. That is the disadvantage of the 3-point starter. If you use the 3-point starter for the DC motor, we can't run the motor at a higher speeds. That is the disadvantage that we are overcome in case of a 4-point starter. That's all. There is no difference between 3-point starter and a 4-point starter. So what is the disadvantage here? That will be modified in a 4-point starter. That will be modified in a 4-point starter by doing some electrical connection change in the 3-point starter. That we will see later. This is the disadvantage. When the power is switched on to the motor, the handle is slowly moved to the stud 1 against the spring force. The following will be happen. The field winding is getting a supply via parallel path provided through the stud 1 and NOC coil, nothing but a here. In this manner it is getting a field. Entire starting resistance is in series with a armature to limit the armature current. See that whatever the total resistance here, the total resistance is in series with a armature when the handle in position 1. As the handle moves from the stud 2, 3, 4, 5 and finally run position, it bypasses the total external resistance, total starting resistance, and motor rotates at a normal speed or rated speed. Normal speed or the rated speed. The NOC coil, nothing but this coil, no voltage coil. The no voltage coil holds the starter in a run position, so it also called the holding on coil. Holding on coil. The function of a no voltage coil in a 3-point starter. Already we have discussed this one. The function, the no voltage coil carries a field current, makes it an electromagnet. Due to any problem in a motor of the field current of motor, if the field current is decreased to lower value, the no voltage coil loses its magnetism, unable to hold the handle against the spring action, so the handle will become to the off position. Function of a overload release, OLR. This one. What is the function of this one? Till the full load current, overload relay coil magnetized and gravitational force are balanced, and overload relay is unable to lift the lever. As long as the current is less than the rated value, it is not able to lift this lever. Once the current is more than the, whenever the motor current draws a high current, nothing but more than the rated value, the magnetic force coming from the, OLR coil pulls the arm and triangular piece of arm short circuits the both points of a NOC coil. it will short circuit the NOC coil. Once the NOC coil is short circuited, see, NOC coil loses the magnetism and leaves the handle. Because the handle is experiencing some force of the spring. Once there is no field is coming from here, the handle will come to the back. The handle come back to the off position because of the spring action, then the motor stops. This is the function of a. Okay. Now we are going to see the drawback of 3-point starter. To increase the speed of the motor, the field has to decrease. The NVC coil, no voltage coil. NVC is nothing but no voltage coil. The NVC is connected in series with a shunt field. The small current will reduce the strength of the electromagnet. This holds the holding magnet loses the magnetism, may release the arm of the handle and disconnect the supply. This can be overcome by means of a 4-point starter. Now we are going to see what are the modifications we can do. We have done in a 4-point starter to overcome the drawback in a 3-point starter. First, let me see the 3-point starter. In a 3-point starter, see here, starting. This is 3-point starter. Already seen this circuit diagram. Now we are going to see the 4-point starter. See, if we compare these two figures, circuit diagrams of 3-point starter as well as a 4-point starter. Here, this is the 4-point starter. The 4 terminals are there. That's why we are calling it a 4-point starter. Now, if we compare this one, the 3-point starter as well as a 4-point starter, everything is same except the brass arc. When the handle is moving from the position 1 to the run position, the handle will be touching this brass conductor. The brass arc is nothing but a conductor. That is also conductor. So, see here, whatever the supply is there here, what is the supply is available to the handle, the same supply is available here. See here, 2 parallel paths are taken. One is directly connected to the field winding. The another path is flowing through the holding coil and resistance. So why we kept the resistance here means to limit this current. The holding coil is nothing but a coil which has a less amount of resistance. Here we are applying some high voltage. To limit the current in the coil, we are keeping a external resistance. If you observe this circuit diagram means there is no relation between. But in case of 3-point starter, this magnet as well as the field has a electrical connection. The same amount of current is flowing in case of 3-point starter. So, if you are going for the speed control, this current is decreases, the holding coil loses the magnetism, the handle will automatically come to the off position. But in case of 4-point dependency of the field as well as this holding circuit, even though if you add the external resistance here, if you decrease the current, it is not going to affect the current flowing through the holding coil. So the handle will be in a run position only. If you are using the 4-point starter, you can run the speed of a DC motor above the higher speeds also. The same thing does not happen with a 3-point starter. That we can achieve by simply the small modification of adding some brass metal here. That when the handle is moving, it is touching the handle. So supply is available here. Here the remaining the two are dividing. The holding circuit and field circuits both are connected parallel